often we're in this role as the matchmaker, the broker, if you will, to be able to bring together organizations with the capacity, with people who care about these outcomes, because these organizations do. And together in this type of partnership, we can bring innovation and have important impacts happen in communities. So it's really exciting. I think in a lot of ways, we are trying to appreciate what our organization is good at and what it can do. And when we see, here are people that are real leaders who could be part of this movement and help us make that happen. And let me just say, it's not only about the money. I think a lot of times people think when you're in advancement and development work, we always walk around with dollars in our eyes. That's not it at all. I'm mindful that in my work, there's an old saying that if you want to find investors, you start by asking people for advice. And that's not some kind of cheap strategy. It's really about having a relationship where people who are visionary have the ability to give you good advice and counsel to shape the types of programs and solutions that you're trying to deliver. And over time, a relationship develops and trust develops, and people are your close advisors. And often people tend to support what they help to create. So I think by having these circles of advisors and people that give us advice when we're in institutions like community colleges, it's only a natural then when we're moving down this road and we're trying to make something happen to be able to turn to people and say, you've been so helpful. Would you consider supporting a gift to be able to help us achieve this outcome? So I think it's important to keep that in mind. That it really is about imagination, vision, ideas, exchanges of information. And when that's happening well, investment tends to follow from that really nicely and naturally.
Vollie, that's really well said. And you mentioned about sort of matchmaker and alignment. And the way that I got to know you was through Carlene Cassidy, who used to be a colleague of yours at AACC there in the Baltimore area. She was a successful corporate person and then went into the classroom and took a lot of her enthusiasm for entrepreneurship, and along the way, really formed a very close relationship with the Radcliffe Foundation. And what's interesting in life, and I've talked to Carlene about this, is that ultimately, when the Radcliffes realized that they wanted to grow their foundation and they needed a CEO, they turned to Carlene, and she now serves in that role. So that goes back to your point about the importance of relationships. So through Carlene's introduction, I got a chance to meet you, and here you are on our podcast. And we're also connected, I should say, too, through the Entrepreneurial College Foundation of the Future project. So the Radcliffe Foundation has joined with NACCE and with the Wise Millers to roll out this new program, which is really trying to take a lot of what you're speaking about, relationships, impact, change, moving things forward, looking at things for a long view, right? What we can accomplish together, and formalizing it into a program where 7 or 8 community colleges are going to come together and start to develop together these new tools and new resources that they're going to have the opportunity to work with some consultants around the country that have a lot of experience. And it's all going to culminate in October into this pitch. So the Radcliffe Foundation has put up $150,000. So we're going to pitch the most innovative ideas. So how can we, for example, leverage community foundations, the community college foundations like yours, and really start this national movement? So I wanted to see your reaction as you're thinking about, this opportunity to pitch. And have you been involved in a pitch, or have you had a chance to see any of these in the past?
Sure. Well, we're very fortunate that Phil and Carol Radcliffe came to us probably in 2003, 2004 at Anne Arundel Community College and said, we would really like to help people become entrepreneurs, and we'd like to help your college prepare future entrepreneurs. And that has just been a fantastic relationship that has developed, where the Radcliffe Foundation has really enhanced the culture of our college and its ability to prepare people to compete, to be able to dream big dreams, to be able to understand how to package and present and develop business plans, and to go out in the marketplace of ideas and to be able to advance those concepts. So many people say they want to go into business, but they have no idea how to make that happen. And I think the Radcliffe Foundation, through a scholarship program at Anne Arundel Community College, has made it possible for people to focus more primarily on getting their education and learning these skills, and but also to be able to advance their own businesses. So it's been a wonderful partnership. I've been able to be in the room over the years and watch Carlene Cassidy, when she was a faculty member and leading this effort at our college, coach and develop and just help groom and support people with big dreams who, have great ideas. Sometimes they have to learn that they're going to run into some brick walls and they have to bounce back off the ground and keep going.